stuck in his body was not troubling him because of his lot of austerity and mystic powers. But then he wanted to know the reason why this has happened to him. What did he do that he's suffering like that, right? So while he was wandering, he met Dharamraj, Yamraj. Okay, and he said because Yamraj knows, why we are suffering or why we are enjoying our past karmas. So he knows our past, present, and future. So he wanted to ask this Yamraj that please can you let me know why this has happened to me. So then Yamraj said, when you were a young boy, your age, almost your age, you had actually pierced some birds with the blade of a grass. Sometimes the grass blade is really really sharp. It can actually, today morning when I went for a walk, I saw really tiny birds, this tiny, the bird was so tiny, and they were in pairs. So these tiny birds, you must have pierced them, you pierced them with this blade of grass, that's why you also suffered the same reaction. So Mandava Rishi became really, really angry with Yamraj. He said, I was so young. When you are a young boy, you don't know, right? You don't know what you're doing, whether this karma is going to yield any consequence or not. So why did you give me, this karma of something which was done in childhood, in boyhood, right? So he didn't like this. So he actually counter cursed Yamraj himself. He had so much piety or whatever austerity. He counter cursed Yamraj. He said, because I'm going through this insulting phase of my life, right? Nobody likes to be in pain. Nobody wants to suffer. So he said, because I'm going through this insulting phase of my life, may you also face insult. And may you also fall down and go to earth and take birth as Vidur. So he took birth as Vidur, where we know that in Mahabharata he was not heard of, though he was such a intelligent, and he would always talk about dharma and how to lead your life.
Didn't he come as Yudhishthir?
No, he came as Vidur. Okay, he came as no, but this is Yamaraj.
You said Dharmaraj.
Yeah, Dharmaraj, Yamaraj, basically.
But Dharmaraj is Yudhishthir.
Yamaraj, I'm talking about
Yudhishthir
Yamaraj.
is the son of Yamaraj.
Oh.
So then he came as Yamraj. Vidur is actually an incarnation of Yamaraj.
Who is Vidur?
Vidur. Vidur is Dhritarashtra's brother, Pandu's brother. Three brothers are there, no?
The middle
Dhritarashtra.
one.
Yeah, he is Vidur. Okay. So this was the story of. So we finished the entire story of Mandavya Muni. Now we'll go to Atri's wife. We spoke about two chaste women in the previous class. We spoke about Shilavati and the other woman, Anasuya. So Anasuya is actually Mother Sita's ideal, right? She really looks upon her. So Mother Sita is so influenced and so inspired by Anasuya that she really wants to tell everybody about Mother Anasuya. So when they go and meet Atri Muni, because remember they left, which place did they leave? Where were they?
In the forest.
What was the name of the place? Chitrakoot. They are leaving Chitrakoot, and on their way they are meeting all these sages, right? So today we have to cover a lot of sages and a lot of influential people that Lord Ram is going to meet. So one of them is Atri, but his wife is more influential. And but when you look at her, you will say, oh, she's just an ordinary forest dweller, because she's dressed up in simple clothes. She's got she's like that grand old lady, like how our grandmothers are, with gray hair. And but something which is really really attractive about her is that her face is radiating, glowing with what? With knowledge and love for God. So, and also it is glowing because of her purity as a wife, because a wife is supposed to follow the instructions of her husband, and her husband is supposed to also take the wife and the family together in Krishna consciousness. So it's like a harmony cycle where everybody is helping each other in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so she, when she saw Mother Anusua, because in the last class we discussed that she has a lot of motherly affection for not only for one or two people but for the entire universe. She's always there to help. She's the one who brought the Mandakini river to Mother Earth, because we discussed in the last class, because there was this land called Chitrakoot which was drought, full of drought. There was nothing growing there, but she, because of her love for the whole mankind, she brought Mandakini river on earth. And whenever you see a river flowing somewhere, then there's a lot of flora, fauna, there's so much nice things coming up right around it. So when she saw Sita, she had a lot of affection for Mother Sita, and she called her inside. She held her and she took her inside, and she gave her a lot of gifts. Like when we go to our mother's house, I mean, you all are staying with your mother, but when we, after marriage, when we go to our mother's house, she also gives us a lot of gifts. So what gifts did Mother Anuswa give to Sita? Any guesses?
Some jewelry.
Yeah, but these are not ordinary ornaments. These ornaments, if somebody wears, then the beauty of the person gets enhanced, right? And so valuable gems which are not available here and there in the market, and garland which will never become paid, which will never lose its
Flower garland.
yeah, flower garland, but it will never lose its fragrance, right? Something like that. Suppose हाँ कभी नहीं जाएगा, right? Which basically you know will remain fresh and very heavenly smell. It's not the smell of the flowers which grow here.
Heavenly
It's like from the heavens. These flowers have come from higher planets, so they have a different heavenly fragrance, right? And and she also gave some creams and cosmetics which will enhance the beauty of the person who's wearing it, right? And so just like a mother, she was exchanging gifts and exchanging.
So, can she wear the jewelries in temple?
In
The forest.
yeah, these are given by Mother Anuswa. She can wear, no problem.
Acha,
So
means
she
she
wear.
can. They
Yeah,
can
she
have
wore it.
food by Brahmins and something.
Yeah, they can accept all this.
Shelter from Brahmins
Yeah.
and.
Yeah, they can accept all this because it's been given by a sage to them. They are not entering, they are not getting it from kings. Okay.
And then why did he take from that जो वहाँ पे थे बोट वाले राजा
हाँ, but
गुहा।
because he is the king, no?
गुहा
राजा।
नहीं जो उनके citizens
गुहा उस एरिया के राजा ही माने
उसके
जाते हैं ना।
citizens
उस एरिया के राजा ही माने जाएंगे, उनके अंडर में he cannot accept anything, right? But this is a different, see, this is a different, he's coming to the forest to take the association of these high devotees, right? And if devotee's wife wants to give something to Lord Ram's wife, she will accept, there's no problem, right? So then,
Sita
like,
can have anything because she has not taken the Vanvas, she has only from
that's also true. So now what happens is, now they're leaving this forest. Which forest? They're leaving Chitrakoot, right? And Atri Muni is showing them, they're asking where should we go. Lord Ram is asking now what should be our next destination, right? So then Atri Muni is saying now you should move towards Dandakaranya forest, right? And so now this was the easy part of the exile, right? So all this is like, this is over, almost over. Now they're getting into Dandakaranya. So Dandakaranya forest is awaiting for Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman. So the moment they enter the Dandakaranya forest, the problems start. So they had just entered a little bit, and you can make out, by looking at the forest, you can make out that there's something evil in this forest, because the name of the forest itself is Danda. Danda means what? Punishment. This is the forest. Because the sages are directing them towards the demons. No, they have to come and annihilate the demons, right? They are not going to sit in a cozy corner and enjoy their exile. What is the purpose of the real purpose of the exile? What is the real purpose?
to kill Ravan.
So then they are moving closer to their real goal, right? I mean, just by sitting in one cozy corner, you cannot come and encounter the demons, right? You have to go towards them. So how do you go towards them?
Maharaj Dasharatha told to kill Ravan and
But this is what Lord Ram has come for, no, in this world.
He can kill like this.
No, but then how will we know about so many devotees that he meets on this way? How will we know about Atri Muni's and his wives?
वो तो था ही ना.
कहाँ थे? अगर वो जाएंगे ही नहीं मिलने, वहीं पर बैठ के वो रावण को मार सकते हैं. This is what you're trying to
No,
say.
no, but they will go to
वो
Anuswara.
रावण को मारते हैं and they keep
Meeting.
On the way they are going to meet a lot of people. How will they meet Hanuman? How will they meet Sugriv if they don't walk along, they don't move along?
They can move, but why to kill Ravan?
You don't think you should kill somebody like Ravan who is creating so much havoc?
But he can
Let him
just
create
kill
havoc
us.
and kill all the devotees of Lord Ram. Is that what Lord will tolerate? What does he say in 9.31? What does he say in 9.31? That my devotee will never perish. So he will do everything for his devotee. Right? Even if he has to kill this 10-headed demon.
They could kill, means Ram could kill Ravan, but why Ravan took Sita? ये तो वो part skip कर सकते थे ना.
Ravan, if he wouldn't have done that, why would Ram come and confront him? He had to do something really deadly, something really which will attract the attention of Ram. है ना?
He could burn the forest. Ravan.
He could do anything, but he did something which will actually attract the attention, which would actually make Ram punish him. He did something which was really, really heinous, right? Really, really evil, right? So now I was telling you that they've left Chitrakoot and they've entered into Dandakaranya forest. And the moment they enter into Dandakaranya forest, they see very negative signs, very evil signs around. And then they happen to look upon a demon who's really dreadful looking. Imagine, dreadful looking demon, and he's holding a spear in his hand. And you know what is there on his spear? What is there? Can you guess? What can be there? Huh? Yes, very good. Thorns. The spear itself is like a sharp edge, huh?
An elephant's tusk.
Yeah, so animals and skulls and blood and all these kind of negative things, right? And what did he do? What did he do so demoniac? He actually immediately he seized Sita. You know, this demon. And
I've seen that.
and you know what is his name? Any guesses? Anyone knows his name? Viradha. His name is Viradha. And he quickly seized and then he started laughing. You know how they laugh? Yeah, and he said that, now nobody can kill me. Nobody can, because why they laugh? Because they feel that they are immortal and they can do whatever they want to do and nobody can harm them. So in their pride, they laugh, So most of them laugh, right? Because they are full of pride. So he's like, he said, no one can kill me because I have been given a boon by who? Who usually gives boons to these and Brahma? Yeah. So he's been given boon by Brahmaji. And what boon has he been given? That he has a strength of 25 elephants.
Just
Imagine.
Just.
So and he's looking at these two young people, Ram and Lakshman. He's thinking, what can they do? I have the strength of 25 elephants. Think of an elephant. It's the most strongest animal on land, isn't it?
No.
Beam would.
Bhim had 10,000 strength of 10,000 elephants. He only has 25, and he's not related to Bhim, so he doesn't know who Bhim is. So he's thinking he's really great.
Dwapar Yuga and Treta Yuga.
But alligator is more fearful than.
He's more fierce in water, right? But
No. He can kill that. Like he did that. What do you call? उससे करा था क्या कहते?
Gajendra.
Gajendra.
That was in water.
He could do without water.
and you know what? He's so. I mean, what is he saying? He's saying Virdha is my name and to slaughter is my fame. What does he say? Virdha is my name and to slaughter is my fame. So you can also make a rhyme like that. Like Chaitanya Priya is my name, kindness is my fame. right?
Nail
So
fail.
you can also have a positive feeling about it, right? You can think positive about yourself, how to bring positivity into the world. But these demons, they always bring negativity, and they always want to harm others. So he's saying, I'm very proud of the fact that I can slaughter people, I can kill people at the wink of my eye, so he doesn't think twice, and he's very proud, and he's declaring it to the whole world that Vridha is my name, and to slaughter is my fame. I'm famous for slaughtering people. And he's actually holding a record also, like his spear has those animal skull and everything that we discussed, right?
Spear फिर छोटा नहीं पड़ता?
You can imagine the height and the breadth of this person, right? This demon, they are not like our height and all, so they are so huge, and the spears and all the weapons
They're
that
like
they
TOBP.
more than that also.
Oh.
They almost
Because of
almost touch the sky.
Because from the earth, the लीला earth पे नहीं हो रही है.
Okay,
आसमान
so
पे
when
हो रही है.
Ram and Lakshman saw that he had seized Sita, immediately what is their reaction?
Seized मतलब?
पकड़ लिया ना उसको, पकड़ लिया.
ब्रह्मास्त्र चला दिया.
Grab.
Huh? So immediately what was their reaction? They shot arrows at him, but none of the arrows were actually affecting this Virida. All the arrows were like small pins falling off from his
Pin?
body.
Pin is also very effective.
Huh?
Pins.
Then what to do? Nothing is affecting them. Nothing is affecting them now. Then we will also see later on in the story how when Ram meets all these sages, how he collects heavenly weapons, because he has to encounter lot of these demons in the entire journey of his exile. So then Ram thought of a plan, because he knows, no, he's the Lord. He knows. What did he do? He hacked off the left arm of this demon Viridha, right?
How?
With his arrows,
Hey,
with
But
his
then
weapons.
they fell off like.
No, but then he must have invoked some mantra which was stronger, which had the power infused in it to hack off what?
His left arm.
Left arm, yeah. So now this demon doesn't even have his left arm. Still he is not dying.
तो right arm काट देते.
Then Lakshman hacked off his left arm also.
Also,
Yeah.
you said that left arm.
Right arm and left arm, both the arms were gone, and still now he's swooning. You know what is swooning? Like this, he's going around, and still
Sita नहीं गिरी?
no, he's holding on to her tight, no, because
But how is it? How
no, but when beforehand he was holding on to her very tightly.
जब hand चला
Of
गया
course, then wherever the hand landed, Mother Sita also, she was also next to this demon. There was a mountain, so his hand fell on the mountain. So Mother Sita she also landed on the mountain
तो फिर भाग
safely.
जाते.
So now she is closer to Ram, but unless and until you kill this demon, and they have all these mystic powers, you cannot think, okay, I've hacked off his arm, now he cannot do any harm. Even if you hack off his arm, he's able to do harm, right? So what to do now? This person is not getting killed. Then Lakshman had an idea. He said, when you cannot kill these demons, one short way of killing them is to bury them. Yeah, these are some techniques you all should learn.
Bury them मतलब?
If you encounter any demon in your life, you should bury them. Okay?
How will we dig a hole? We'll not have time to dig a hole.
Yeah, but they had the time. So how they had the time? Lord Ram, he was holding on to the neck of the demon, not letting him get up, and meanwhile Lakshman was digging up the hole, and then they both pushed this demon. What was his name? And what is his? Yeah. So he pushed. They both pushed him into the pit, and they started covering the pit with mud.
पर वो तो एक सेकंड में ऐसे कर सकते हैं मर्द
No,
से.
but he doesn't try to do it anymore. You know why?
Because
Because he
he's-
has a past life, and he remembered